Phelps, NBC Tonight.
He intends to sell weapons.
It can be used for mass casualties.
I know you're worried about him.
We're putting my brother in the line of fire.
Something's not right.
You think he's playing both sides?
Organized Crime, season finale, next Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
We got a lead. She claims she knows our serial killer.
He's a cop! He's a cop!
Do not trust police.
Got one! It's gotta be our guy.
Got him?
No!
Chicago PD, new Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
Live from Rhinelander, this is News Watch 12 at 10, the Northwood's best news, with Jessica Jukic, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller, and Saul Meyer with sports. News from where you live starts now.
Good evening, I'm Dan Hagan. The UW-Madison Police Department is reminding pro-Palestine protesters there are consequences to disrupting graduation events. Pro-Palestine demonstrators are re-engaging in negotiations with UW-Madison campus leaders after walking away from discussions Wednesday. But their tents may stay up through graduation weekend, which is coming up. UW-PD says any disruption of campus events, which includes graduation, is against state law and will not be tolerated. Any students who do will face a suspension and have their degree put on hold. Commencement ceremonies take place tomorrow and Saturday. Well, Conrad, I'm hoping for a nice weekend. Is it going to work out?
Yeah, we're going to warm up, Dan. Tonight, very chilly. You want to bring out those jackets, taking a look outside. Look at these high temperatures, though. Back near average for this time of year. Some 60s all over the state, a couple of 50s here and there. But in general, though, not a bad-looking day. Overnight, though, it is going to really cool off. Temperatures back in the 20s and 30s, so you definitely want to put away those plants or at least hide them or do anything to keep them from freezing. Still, some very warm temperatures down south, 70s and 80s. That's what's really helping those thunderstorms become more on the severe end. Even a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued, and definitely some favorable conditions for some tornadoes. A lot cooler temperatures all over the upper Midwest into Maine. We are talking some 20s and 30s as well. Now look at this. Freeze warnings have been issued here in town. A couple of frost advisories as well, just south of our area. But it is going to be a very, very chilly night, especially with very clear skies and calm winds. A couple of showers down south by Chicago, but those are going to continue to stay in our southern states. Overnight tonight, though, it is going to get chilly. Temperatures below average, hovering near freezing. Dan?
A number of Ascension hospitals across Wisconsin and the U.S. have been disrupted because of a cyber attack. The attack has meant that medical staff have been unable to access patient information like medical histories and test results for patients. Additionally, hospitals have not been able to communicate across departments. This has meant that doctors have had to take paper records of patient conditions with only supporting documents. Currently, the health system is unaware of when they will be able to fully resolve the issue. It is unclear whether any patient information was taken during the attack. Northland College in Ashland was on the brink of closing because of financial trouble, but in the final hour, the College Board voted to stay open. A big relief for many students. Maddie Linka from Somerset, Wisconsin, is a junior at the college. She was in the process of looking for other schools when the good news broke. Linka is happy she'll be able to finish her studies and collegiate soccer career at the same place she started.
I am very excited for it. I'm very glad that we were able to have the opportunity to stay open, because I know a lot of other schools around the country aren't even, like, they're just making the announcement that they're closing.
The college is refocusing its curriculum to save costs. The college will go from more than 40 majors and minors to just 8. Linka is a business major, which will stay as an option, but some of her friends' fields of study were cut.
One of my close friends is an education major, and we're still offering that, so she's staying. But yeah, one of my other friends is a chemistry major, and we're not necessarily going to have that directly anymore, so she's probably going to end up leaving.
Linka is captain of the soccer team, but the team's coach left the school because of the uncertainty. She's hopeful a good replacement will be hired. The college has set a goal of 385 students for the next academic year, down from about 440 this school year. We're back with part 2 of our PBM, that's Pharmacy Benefit Manager, Impact series. Our very own Shauna Johnson has more.
Hopefully by now, we're getting a general idea of what pharmacy benefit managers are. But if you're just tuning in, here's a short recap. PBMs are groups that manage prescription drug benefits on behalf of health insurers, Medicare Part D plans, and other large employers. In other words, they act as middlemen between payers and pharmacies, making large profits off both. While there are some good ones out there, the many rotten apples are spoiling the industry for everyone. Today we'll be diving a little deeper, talking about patient steerage, drug shortages, and fraud, waste, and abuse and mail order.
It's about PBM profiteering.
What is patient steerage? Well, PBMs now own 85% of the market, including their own chain pharmacies and mail order. So, they will force patients to go to their pharmacy to make more of a profit or force a patient to receive their medication through mail order. 3 of the largest PBMs that dominate the market are Caremark, CVS Health, the Express Scripts business of Cigna, and the Optum Rx business of United Health Group.
So whenever possible, they try to force people to mail order, even if it's less safe for the patients. You would think that would be cheaper. Unfortunately, it's a mirage. Often, mail order ends up being simply more expensive and certainly more dangerous.
Strauss says this greatly affects our communities and their access to medicine.
The other part is drug shortages. So drug shortages are twofold. One, sometimes there legitimately is a drug shortage. Another one is now PBMs are purposely under reimbursing pharmacies so they cannot even afford to bring a drug in.
Strauss said GLP drugs such as Ozempic, used for weight loss, is one of the drugs PBMs are purposely reimbursing well under cost, leaving pharmacies to make a tough decision.
Either lose $50 to $100 every time you go to work to fill this, or simply not carry it because you can't afford to stay in business if you lose money every single time. So that creates an access shortage.
So even if your doctor prescribes it, if your local pharmacy is not able to financially afford to be able to carry it, you don't have access to it.
Another big problem is fraud, waste, and abuse in mail order. How many of you have actually got excess drugs that you no longer wanted, you asked them to stop, and you kept on receiving and receiving?
Or maybe had a loved one that no longer needed a drug or passed away, but the drugs just kept coming.
That is items that we all pay for at the profit of PBMs.
Becky Condor, a floating pharmacy technician, has dealt with these issues both personally and in her profession.
With my husband's employment, we were forced to do mail order.
Becky was a patient under the care of Express Scripts Pharmacy. If she chose to go to a retail pharmacy, her insurance wouldn't cover the cost and she would have to pay full price for her prescriptions.
But most of my medications, that's just not cost effective. I have to do mail order.
She was forced to be on an automatic medication refill that she didn't want. She called several times to get off that autofill and said it would stop for 30 days and then continue to show up in the mail, allowing for PBMs to profit off her insurance.
At one point on my cholesterol medication, I had a 7-month supply.
Becky was also under the care of a cardiologist for her heart. She said she watched the cardiologist while in her appointment discontinue her old medication and send the new one to Express Scripts.
Mail order sent me both medications. Now, I work in the pharmacy. I knew I shouldn't take both. The doctor had told me that, but there's instances where people wouldn't have realized that and taken both medications, which could have caused a problem.
That's not all she dealt with. One of Becky's heart medications is temperature sensitive. Last summer, when she wasn't home, her med was delivered to her mailbox.
When I got home, they were capsules and they had actually melted and were sticking to each other. I took a thermometer and put it in my mailbox. The temperature inside my mailbox was 142 degrees.
When she called Express Scripts, they told her it was not their fault. It was the post office's fault, and they would not replace the medication.
So I had to pay out of pocket over $150 to replace the medication.
Becky said she didn't request the medication be sent at that time. It was sent to her automatically, and Express Scripts took no responsibility. She has even experienced it being delivered to the wrong address.
And that once they mail it out, it's no longer their responsibility, so somebody else has your medication and you have to pay to replace it.
From her perspective, working in a pharmacy and her personal experiences, mail order has caused nothing but trouble and is dangerous for patients. Depending on your needs, it's downright scary.
We know what happens. You know what happens. We need a place to be able to document that it happens and then be able to share it with folks who can make a difference, legislators. Patient Protector is to let patients be heard and that legislators know that this is all real.
Stay tuned and join me back here tomorrow as we wrap up our discussion on PBM impact.
Thanks, Jana. A new experience is coming to customers of a Minnesota wellness retreat. Coming up, we will tell you how they are opening up old bootlegging tunnels under their business for the first time. We'll be right back.
Big Cheese 107.9 is Big Variety. With Trav in the morning. And the tunes to get you through the workday. Big Cheese 107.9.
Carpet City. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale and receive $300, $600, or even $1,000 of savings on all hard surface flooring products, such as vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, or receive free carpet installation. That's right, savings on all hard surfaces up to $1,000 or free carpet installation. See why contractors and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs at the biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Upgrade your garage, patio, or basement this spring with our beautiful cutting-edge concrete coatings. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy and guaranteed to increase your home's value. For a limited time, save up to $500 off your project. Plus, call during this program to see if you qualify for payment starting at just $30 a month.
I'm so glad we're finally getting our new boat.
Right? So you guys picked out a boat. I'm going to have that to you in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Not at American Marine in Shawano. Buy a boat from us today and have it on the water next week. And we have more in stock than anyone else in Wisconsin. Pick from 900 boats and pontoons, priced low and ready to use. We will beat any competing deal by $500. Start having fun now and get on the water faster with American Marine Shawano.
I'm attorney Christine Bremer. Our clients want results. They expect them and deserve them. At Bremer and Trollope, we get the settlement you deserve, the justice you demand, and the well-being that was taken from you. We relieve the stress that an accident has forced on you and your family. From your very first phone call to the very last detail, we take your accident personally. We have to, because the right results matter most.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect. Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
Listen to Hot 96.7.
I'm so obsessed with your
Hit music now.
beautiful things that I've got.
Wake up with Corey with a K and the More Music Morning Show. Hot 96.7.
Leisure City, your backyard headquarters of the North.
And welcome back, folks. A milder day out there today, closer to average, but now things have turned, all right? We are really cooling off back into the 40s here in town, right up in Eagle River. Look at that, mid-40s. Arbor Vitae, Phillips, you're at around 43 degrees right now. A couple of spots are starting to see those 30s, and we're going to see 20s and 30s by tomorrow morning. So a very, very chilly night, and definitely a cooler start to the morning by tomorrow. Not bad, though. We're going to warm back up near average for tomorrow into Saturday, well above average for Sunday. Check that out. The warmest temperatures we've seen in several months, pretty much since last year. We haven't seen 70s here in Rhinelander in a very long time. It's been over 6 to 7 months, folks, and then a little bit cooler, so still hovering close to average, I'd say. Mid-60s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then even into middle to end of next week. And with these warmer temperatures, of course, you have leaves, you have beautiful looking trees, you have plants, flowers, vegetables growing, but there's also a negative part to these warmer temperatures, and that's that severe weather. Once again, down south, closer to Texas, all of these states, Louisiana, Alabama, into Georgia, we are looking at more severe weather. Pretty much an everyday type of trend. With all these warmer temperatures, that Gulf moisture gets tapped in, rises up north, and then, of course, that air is unstable, and things start to take a turn. For our region, though, no severe weather. Still some lingering showers closer to Chicago, into Indiana and Ohio, and Pennsylvania. You are in on some shower action as well. Here in town, we're looking at maybe a couple of sprinkles by Friday, mainly into those afternoon to evening hours, possibly even some thunderstorms embedded in that. By Saturday, we're going to be in the clear, and by Sunday, once again, more chances of showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two. This is going to happen mainly into the afternoon to evening hours on Mother's Day. So overall, though, we're going to be very mild and seeing lots of sunshine throughout the day on Sunday. And then, of course, Monday, things look good. By Tuesday, especially by Wednesday, more of a rain system will be back in the area. Now, the winds overall, though, in general, pretty calm. Just Green Bay has a pocket of some stronger winds right now that's blowing right off Lake Michigan, and that is bringing those cooler temperatures for the region. All of us, though, we're going to continue to see some pretty calm winds and clear skies. Not a good combination because we're going to get that radiational cooling, all that cold air coming down, and we don't have these strong winds to start mixing all those warm and cooler temperatures, so all that cold air will make its way down south. Now, we're going to see a light breeze for tonight. By tomorrow, a little bit more of a gusty wind, especially as the rain starts to move back into the region. For tonight, though, freeze warnings and frost advisories have been issued. Clear skies, chilly conditions, of course. Be careful. It's going to be cold. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show an up and down type of temperature trend. Overall, though, an active weather pattern still into next week. Dan?
Thanks, Conrad. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, has announced a new fundraising effort to help run their programs. NAMI Do It Your Way is a program that allows for community members to create their own fundraising initiatives to support their local NAMI chapters. That could be athletic events, selling baked goods, or whatever is of interest. 100% of funds raised stays local, supporting local mental health programs and resources. Lakeland Union hosted Rhinelander in softball, looking to complete the season sweep at home. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Drew Chelly will be here to see which team came out on top in this rivalry matchup in Minocqua.
Food support is just a call away. Call the Family Food Helpline.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
Hi, I'm Karen from the Hearing House, and these are our grandchildren. Children are difficult to hear with anybody with hearing loss, and I know I would hate to miss out on anything they say.
Gamma, they're cheating.
Even that. If you're missing out on what they're saying, you're probably missing out on a lot more.
Love you, Gamma.
Aw, and they have important things to say.
Make your house a hearing house.
Here's the choice. Eric Hovde, fourth-generation Wisconsinite, self-made businessman, job creator, and Eric's foundation provides homes that save thousands of children in need. Career politician Tammy Baldwin, 38 years in politics, voted with Biden 95% of the time. Her votes caused prices to soar, and she refused to secure our border. Career politician Tammy Baldwin. She's not working for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Find free food support in your hometown. Call the Family Food Helpline.
Coming
Coming up on News Watch 12 today, we'll be joined by Forest County for another edition of Homeward Bound.
Sounds very exciting. We have chances for showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. When do they arrive? Morning tune on your Friday from 5 to 7 a.m.
Big-time rivalry game happened at Lakeland Union High School with the T-Birds hosting Rhinelander on the softball field. This is the second time these two teams have played each other this season. Lakeland won the first game on the road. Now they're in Minocqua, where the Hodags will look to return the favor and avoid the T-Bird season sweep. In the first inning, some good defense from the Hodags. Bases loaded. Ball is hit into right field, but Nevaeh Anderson is there to make the catch and record the out as Rhinelander tries to get out of the jam. The second inning, though, belonged to Lakeland Union. Sarah Barton, bases loaded. This one is crushed all the way deep left field. Going to bounce up against the wall. That's going to bring runners in from second and third for a 2-run RBI double, but she was not done yet. This one going to go even further than the last. This one long gone. That's a 3-run home run, capping off a 12-run second inning with the help of 5 RBIs from Barton. Lakeland Union goes on to win it 18-2. Anago taking on Tomahawk in girls softball action. In the first inning, Scout Stromberg going to split the gap out in left center field. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second run. Close play at the plate. She's going to be safe. Now they're going to throw to third. That ball's going to get away, and Stromberg is going to come all the way around, slide through the dust to score on the play. Later in the inning, ground ball to third. It gets deflected, but Maya Burt is there, and she makes the strong throw across the diamonds to get the out. Second inning, deep fly ball out to center field. Jenna Zerneski on the run. She tracks it down. Anago would rally and win this one 13-9. Sticking with high school softball scores, 2 of the top teams in the state for their respective divisions went at it, with Pacelli hosting Mosinee. This game started a few weeks ago and it got rained out, so they had to make up the game today, and that benefited Mosinee. They were able to take down Pacelli 9-4 as they remain unbeaten on the season. While the Red Robins and Hatchets were in action on the softball field, the schools were also in action on the baseball field. Anago looking to get a win to jump back into the top half of the GNC standings, while Tomahawk was looking to win their second game in a row. Bottom of the third inning, runner on for the Hatchets. Braden Larson going to beat the left fielder, and this one is going to roll for a while. Run is going to come in to score. Larson digging into third. It's an RBI triple, and Tomahawk has the lead. Next batter, Brody Rigney. He's going to bloop one into center field. That one is down. Larson going to come home and score to extend the Hatchet lead. Rigney also pitched 6 innings in this one. Anago flashing some defense here. Ground ball to third. 5-2-3 double play. Well executed as they get 2 outs. Tomahawk hitting was just too much in this one. Ethan Inn going to bloop one into center. This one going to get down in between 3 outfielders. Tomahawk would go on to win this one 8-2. After a series loss on the road against the Kansas City Royals, the Brewers returned home to American Family Field, where they welcomed their NL Central rivals St. Louis for a 4-game series. Let's see which one of these divisional opponents would get the series started with a win. 1-0 Brewers, bottom of the first, and make it 3-0 Brewers. Reese Hoskins goes deep, and the Brewers start the game off with a big inning. On to the second, they extend it. Jake Bowers, this one not coming back. Solo shot, and it is a 4-0 Brewer lead. Cardinals trying to get back into the game. This would help a little bit. Lars Nupar goes deep to center field. That one is gone. Solo shot. Cardinals on the board. That was it, however, for the Cardinals offense. The Brewers, they just kept going. Christian Yelich lines this one into right field. That would bring in a run. RBI triple. Brewers win it 7-1. We'll be right back after the break.
Have you heard? Wasserhorn's Furniture has Amish-made gliders. Gliders were impossible to get for years, but now you can choose your style, your wood color, and your fabric. Come quick, they'll go fast. Harn's Furniture, half-mile from Fleet Farm, Wausau.
Oh my
my gosh.
In today's economy, it seems the value of a dollar continues to shrink, while the services offered are getting less and less. Here at Maher Water Corporation, a new high-efficiency system made by WaterCare can help ease the stress on your checkbook. We are always available to analyze and recommend one of these units.
So while we can't actually make your money grow, we can make the value of what you get from Maher seem like it.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Choose FlexBuy on a Ford F-150 and get 0% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show. This weekend only, inside the Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center, Rothschild. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed, up to 60% off retail. So save thousands. Save big on new hot tub spas and saunas. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show. This weekend only, inside the Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center, Rothschild. Visit 800spasale.com.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. We're your one-stop shop for pet and wildlife supplies. Train your dog easily with this remote dog collar. It's waterproof and works up to 100 yards. Get it for $139.95 plus 11% rebate. Suncast storage sheds are excellent for protecting your outdoor lawn and gardening tools. They're easy to assemble and hold up in tough weather conditions. This 8x10 Tremont storage shed is $1199.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The secret's out. Wausau Hearns Furniture has Amish-made gliders. Gliders were impossible to get for years, but now you can choose your style, your wood color, and your fabric. Come quick, they'll go fast. Hearns Furniture, half-mile from Fleet Farm, Wausau.
Hardcore spelunkers will soon have a new place to explore. In Jordan, Minnesota, the owners of an old-time brewery are opening up historic caves to the public. Reporter John Lauritsen shows us why it's worth the trip.
That's when it kind of sparked in my mind that it was a gorgeous building that kind of needed some work behind it.
3 years ago, Jim Cramen Jr. opened Strains of the Earth on Broadway Street in Jordan. He chose this beautiful limestone location for his THC dispensary, retail store, and wellness retreat.
Truly, Strains of the Earth is really broken down to helping people.
But it's safe to say the building's purpose nowadays is far different than it was 160 years ago.
1863, this was a brewery, Jordan's Brewery.
And it's about to be that again. Sort of. Got a little hobbit door. You get through that, and now you're in the caves.
This tunnel goes about 40 feet back, and then it opens up into our cave.
This is really cool.
Yeah, we've got a loop that goes this way, goes another loop this way.
When the brewery opened in the middle of the Civil War, workers literally carved out these caves so they could store their beer kegs. A lot of work.
It's massive, and there's so many different little openings and pockets. I can't imagine some of the spaces they were getting themselves into.
Under 14-foot ceilings, their beer kept cool in passages that are 56 degrees year-round. Depending on what decade they were working in, the ale and booze were stored legally and sometimes illegally.
At one point, this part of the cave system ran underneath the city street all the way to the old inn, but the city eventually blocked it off for safety reasons and to prevent illegal unloading during Prohibition.
In fact, there were a number of man-made caves under Jordan. This one in particular withstood a landslide in 2010, and 50 years before that, it survived a major flood.
Where the light rock and the dark rock meet is actually a water line that shows just how high the floodwaters got during the flood of 1960.
Strains of the Earth is in the process of adding a wood floor and lights so the public can get a chance to visit this jewel of Jordan's history. Initials in the limestone are a part of the cave's past, but shadows on the wall are a part of its future.
We're already in such a cool historical building, and this is just another part of that, and we want to, open it up, let people know that they can come here.
Is the new roof on your spring to-do list?
Hi, I'm Paul, owner of Overhead Solutions. Now is a great time to think ahead and secure a spot for that replacement on our schedule. Go ahead and call our competitors, but before you sign on that dotted line, call Overhead Solutions. I believe our high quality and fair price can beat our competition.
Call Overhead Solutions for a free roof estimate.
Remember, don't overpay. Call Overhead. Overhead Solutions.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
I'm so glad we're finally getting our new boat.
Right? So you guys picked out a boat. I'm going to have that to you in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Not at American Marine in Shawano. Buy a boat from us today and have it on the water next week. And we have more in stock than anyone else in Wisconsin. Pick from 900 boats and pontoons, priced low and ready to use. We will beat any competing deal by $500. Start having fun now and get on the water faster with American Marine Shawano.
The sweetest place in town, the country store of Eagle River, is known for its quality candy. Made the old-fashioned way, slow-cooked in large copper kettles, then the candy is cooled on marble tables. Embrace the sweet aroma of your favorite candies: chocolates, fudge, brittle, turtles, snappers, almond bark, taffy, and hard candies. Don't forget to make a stop for the best hand-dipped ice cream around. Treat yourself at the country store of Eagle River.
There's a whole world out there. Let's go.
Where in the world is Jeff Weller?
Join me in May at 4, 5, 6, and 10 to see where in the world Delta Connection flights operated by SkyWest Airlines take me.
Where in the world is Jeff Weller is brought to you by the following sponsors.
We are honored to be recognized by our peers as top-rated personal injury attorneys.
You will never be asked to pay out of your pocket.
Let us represent you because the right results matter most.
Macomb, Illinois is home to Western Illinois University, Conrad's alma mater, but it's also home to the world's largest Monopoly board. Macomb is where the creator of Monopoly, Lizzie Magie, lived. Visitors can play Macombopoly 24 hours a day all year long.
That is a fun fact. I love monopolies. From knowing that, pretty interesting.
Yep, 100%. Fact check right here. Right when you're driving into Macomb, there's a big sign, a plaque saying, this is where Monopoly was made. Yes. And speaking of traveling, you want to travel, but be careful. We're going to get some storms the next several days, especially Friday. And then once again by Sunday, look at Sunday, though, 74 degrees. Woo.
Sunday morning, take advantage of it, right?
Exactly. Enjoy Mother's Day.
Thanks for joining us.
Big Cheese 107.9 is big variety. With Trav in the morning. And the tunes to get you through the workday. Big Cheese 107.9.
You don't need to go to a big city to find the best personal injury attorney. You have Bremer and Schaub right here in your hometown.
We are honored to be recognized by our peers as top-rated personal injury attorneys.
You will never be asked to pay out of your pocket.
Because the right results matter most.
Your Jeep Wagoneer awaits, so race to Ho Chum Gaming Wittenberg for the Steer Your Wagoneer giveaway. Starting May 2nd, play Thursday through Saturday all month long for your chance to drive away in a brand new 2024 Jeep Wagoneer. Earn $15 in rewards play with each entry up to 4 times per day all month long. Plus, win up to $500 in our hot seat draws from 1 to 11 p.m. The winner will be announced on June 1st, so get to Ho Chum Gaming Wittenberg for your chance to experience the luxury of a brand new Jeep Wagoneer.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum
offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
At Len's Truck, we're all trucks all the time. Nobody has a better selection of used trucks. At Len's Truck, we buy more, we sell more, and you save more. Buy now and get the highest trade-in value ever at Len's. Go to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 of the best used trucks money can buy.
Len's Truck. Len's Truck. We got